been dating since I was 15. I'm exhausted. Where is he?
Who, the White Knight?
That only happens in fairy tales.
My hair hurts.
Charlotte, honey, did you ever think that maybe we're the White Knights and we're the ones that have to save ourselves?
On some level, we all want our own version of a fairy tale life. We want the knight in shining armor that Miranda refers to. And why wouldn't we? We grew up watching Disney movies where a prince always shows up on a white horse to rescue the princess, and they live happily ever after. We want a prince. Not a William or Harry kind of prince, but we want the perfect guy. We want a guy who loves us unconditionally,
now say you're a bird too.
If you're a bird, I'm a bird.
that wants to be in a committed relationship and loves spending time with us. We want a guy that is very clear about their intentions with us. We want a guy who is affectionate and communicates.
I wrote you 365 letters. I wrote you every day for a year.
We want a guy that is driven, successful, and sees us and a family in the future. We want a guy who knows how special we really are and treats us like a princess. And we absolutely deserve this. So why have you not found your prince yet? The truth is, no matter who you are or where you are in your life or how old you are, you deserve to be happy and thriving in your life, and you deserve to have the unconditional love that you desire from the ideal partner. You deserve to have all of those things and more. And I'm gonna show you how. So what's the secret, right? So after a divorce and years of struggling dating unemotionally available men, I was struggling to find true happiness in my life and my relationships. I was exhausted and I was so tired of being in this weird space. Through my healing process, I developed a special process that I call 3 Steps to Glow. This healing process helped me identify and uncover all my unhealthy negative thinking patterns that were holding me back in my life and in my relationships. I became conscious to who I was and how I was living my life and how I was actually limiting myself in my life and in my relationships. And today I'm going to share this special healing process with you. It's the same process I use for myself on my healing journey, and it's the same process that I share with my clients in our sessions. I can't wait to help you free yourself from all the fear, worry, and doubt that you may have around finding true love or your ideal partner in life and finding your happiness and true purpose in life. I cannot wait to share this with you. You deserve to be happy and thriving in your life. This special process is going to help you attract anything that you want in your life, including your prince. This special process helped me transform every level of my life. Not only did I find my true love, but I also found my passion and purpose in life. And what I have found, the biggest thing that holds us back in life from us having what we truly want and desire is what we believe about ourselves. It's what the voice of our inner critic tells us, and it's what we believe from that voice that can limit us and hold us back. This process, 3 Steps to Glow, has helped me and my clients identify the negative thought patterns that our inner critics create to hold us back in life. This process has helped me and my clients transform fear, worry, doubt, and negative thinking into confidence and to be thriving in our lives. So what do you believe about yourself and your life right in this moment now? What is your inner critic telling you that is actually keeping you from finding your true love? So this is for you if you are single, divorced, or recently ending a long-term relationship. You are tired of wasting time and feeling sad and not worthy of love and finding a committed partner. This is for you if you are looking for your prince. This is for you if you are lacking confidence in yourself. This is for you if you're not where you thought you would be in your life right now. This is for you if you are tired of being lonely and exhausted from dating. You're tired of wasting time using dating apps, and you simply just want more out of your life. This is for you if your biological clock is ticking and it's freaking you out. This is for you if your path and journey is different than the traditional path of your friends and family. This is for you if you are ready to save yourself. And I have the best news for you. Today, all these thoughts and feelings you're having, they stop here. They stop here right now. I have the solution to help you save yourself. So who am I? I'm a certified lifestyle coach, and I specialize in helping women learn how to manage their inner critics, to find love, and to find their passion. And at the age of 32, I got a divorce, I got laid off from my job, and my dog died. My confidence in life and men was non-existent. To say the least, I was so confused, and I desperately wanted to find true love and my passion and purpose in life. Nothing made sense anymore. I was doing everything I was told to do that would bring me true happiness and joy in life. Before the divorce, I had the perfect husband, I had the perfect house, I had the perfect job, the perfect friends. I had all of it, but I had actually never felt so lonely and unhappy in life. And I remember thinking, there has to be more than this, right? I was devastated to lose my marriage and my sweet yellow Labrador Gunner. During the divorce, I remember spending the first night in my new apartment, and I was sobbing as I hugged my sweet dog, trying to understand how I got to this place. What did I do wrong? Why was I ending up alone when all I wanted was true love and to be doing my passion and purpose in life? So I'm a true romantic. I own about every romantic comedy that you can think of. And one of my most favorite love stories is The Notebook. I know a lot of people love that, but that one's definitely my favorite. I think most of us want that kind of true love that's portrayed in that story, right? And we all actually deserve to have this, and it does exist. I also really like the story of The Notebook because it portrays the pressure and the standards that women are held to in life. Allie, one of the main characters, she had to make a choice to either follow the path that was expected of her by her parents and family, or to choose a path that was true and authentic for her and her heart. I would say I'm a combo between the character Allie in The Notebook and between Charlotte from Sex and the City. I was always looking for my prince to come save me, and I always chose the path that others expected me to follow, which left me abandoning myself. When I was 25, I got married, and this is also when life hit me really hard. My father got diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer and died a month before our wedding. I was completely devastated. At this time in my life, I was a major people pleaser, so I did everything I could to make myself look perfect and to please others. I was dying inside, but on the outside, I kept it all together. I believed that if I was perfect and did everything that everyone else wanted me to do, that I would never be left, I would never be abandoned, and I would always be loved. And the truth is, I wasn't quite ready for marriage at this time in my life. Of course, I was grateful, but at the same time, I was experiencing the trauma of losing my father and watching him die. But my people-pleasing self was afraid to honor myself. I was afraid that I would make everyone upset. I was afraid if I didn't, get married, I would be left. I was afraid to honor myself and my voice and what I truly wanted for fear of others abandoning me or not loving me or accepting me in this space. So I chose the path that was expected for me. I chose to get married even though I wasn't ready. I chose to lift others up around me instead of myself. I abandoned myself during this time, and little did I know that me choosing to abandon myself is what caused me to have such loneliness and sadness in my life. I felt so empty. I felt like I was a shell of myself, and I couldn't figure out why. I felt dark, I felt sad, and I felt lonely. After experiencing watching my father die from pancreatic cancer, something happened. I woke up. I became conscious to my life and who I was and what I was doing. It was like I was taking off a pair of sunglasses and seeing the truth of my life and what I was doing. And what I saw was that I was actually living a life that was not true for me. I was living a life based on what others expected of me. This realization led me to my journey of finding true love and my passion and purpose in life. It led me to finding my true self. So I started to do some self-development work. I wanted to find out who I was and what it was I truly wanted out of life. And after I started to work on myself and to honor myself, I was faced with another big decision of either trying to stay in a marriage that was no longer working or deciding to end the marriage and choose a different path. And this time I was braver. I chose myself. I chose to end the marriage and to start this journey of tapping into who I was and to find my passion and purpose in my life. I was starting to believe that finding true love was just not in the cards for me, that I was going to end up being single the rest of my life. I was going to end up being a third wheel at every wedding. And I really I was giving up hope. But after some time, learning to face myself and learning to have some time to myself, I didn't need a dating coach. I didn't need to read all of these dating books and be on all of these dating apps. The work that I needed to do was on the inside. And it started with me learning how to love and accept myself unconditionally. I needed to learn to be alone and to learn how to exist to be on my own and learn how to fulfill my own happiness and find my own self-worth and love and accept myself. And I could only do this by myself. But I was so afraid of this space. When I first got divorced, and it was the first time I was actually living by myself, and I was so terrified to be alone with my thoughts that I overbooked myself. Every moment of the week I had something planned. I didn't want to have to face my truth because I wasn't where I wanted to be in my life. I didn't want to accept that I was 32 and I was divorced, living on my own, especially when all my friends were starting their families and happily married. I didn't want to face my truth. I didn't want to accept where I truly was. So I just kept running from it. And as I was running for it, I kept searching for love outside of me. I kept searching for validation and approval from these unemotionally available men. And it was just this vicious cycle, and it was so exhausting and it was so hurtful. So it was time that I took some time to myself to tap into who I really was. And this is actually step number 1. So get your pencil, get your paper, get ready. This is step number 1. And step number 1 is learning how to face your inner critic by loving and accepting yourself where you are in your life right now. You may not be where you thought you would be at this point in your life, but the fastest way to move on from this point is to actually accept where you are and truly love yourself for where you are. You have to learn to embrace your situation. You have to learn to embrace the lessons and why you are here in this time and space. I had to learn to embrace what my inner critic was telling me about myself. I had to face all of the negative thoughts that the inner critic was telling me, that I was 32 and I was single and I was gonna end up alone and, I was this divorcee and it was all my fault, and just any of the negative things that you are telling yourself about why you are in this space and in your time in your life. You have to learn to face that and accept who you are and learn to love who you are right now in this moment. You need to learn to love where you are at this time in your life so that you can move forward. And what I realized in this process is that I was living most of my life being bossed around by my inner critic. I didn't love or accept myself. I only knew my self-worth based on what others told me. I was always seeking for approval and validation from others outside of me to tell me that I was pretty or to tell me I was fun or that I was smart. I didn't actually know it without that external validation because my inner critic told me that I wasn't worth anything unless someone told me that. So once I faced the inner critic and I identified what it was making me think and figured out that it actually wasn't true, that is what freed me. So let's talk about this. So why is it so hard for women to love and accept ourselves? According to the authors of a book called The Confidence Code, a book that shares scientific studies on the difference between men and women and their confidence levels, shows that women are more likely to lack confidence, second-guess themselves, and ruminate on all the things that they've done wrong and spend most of their time trying to be perfect. The studies also showed that women tend to base their self-worth on the opinions of others. So this means that we are wasting valuable brain space on ruminating what we've done wrong, overthinking and overcalculating and second-guessing ourselves and lacking confidence in ourselves. When we lack confidence in ourselves, we tend to seek outward for that validation and approval from others, which in turn we're giving our power away. We're giving, someone else the power to tell us whether we're worthy or not, and not believing it on our own or not knowing it on our own. And when we do this, we actually abandon ourselves. We don't do what's true for ourselves. And when we don't do what's true and authentic for ourselves, everything is forced and everything is hard. and we actually feel tired and fatigued, and we actually look drained, and there is nothing sexy about that. Another study the authors of the Confidence Code share is that women will look at a job description, and if they do not have 100% of the skills listed on the description, they do not think they are qualified for the position. And on the other hand, men felt qualified with only 60% of the skills. So this shows that we actually don't believe we are qualified unless we match 100% of the standards. When we lack confidence, we hold ourselves back from our true potential, especially in relationships, because we don't believe that we measure up or that we're good enough or that we deserve to have what we want. So what causes a woman to have a lack of confidence in herself? There are many contributing factors, but here are a couple that I believe that hold us back. Our conditioning. So how we were raised has a lot to do with the belief system and values that we have today. Scientists suggest that the first 6 to 7 years of our life are the most influential and shape our thoughts and our perceptions. During this time, we are conditioned to think and be a certain way. This conditioning is turned into habitual thinking and a way of being for us. When we are little, we start to create a perception of how we get love in our environments and how we survive. And most of us take that learned thoughts and behaviors with us the rest of our lives, and we use it all the time. So if you can imagine, we're taking something that we viewed when we were little kids to be true all the way with us into adulthood, which no longer makes sense. And what we're finding is that that actually no longer serves us to live and behave in that way. In my family, I was raised to be a people pleaser. I was raised that you have to go to school, you have to go to college, and you have to get a job, and you have to get married, you have to have kids, which are all wonderful things, right? But I was told that's how to be measured. Like, that was measuring my self-worth, is if I went to college, if I had a nice husband, if I could have kids. Like, that was how I was measuring myself compared to everyone else. It's like, oh, do I have these things? Do I have all these check boxes checked? Does that create my self-worth? So a second contributing factor of why women lack confidence in life has to do with our egos, or I like to call inner critic. Our inner critic is a part of our internal programming, and when we are out of balance, it can be a major influence of how we think of ourselves. Our inner critic / ego is a part of our left brain where our logic and reasoning and language and judgment stem from. The left brain is influenced by the external world, and it can cause us to lack confidence if we don't measure up to what we see around us. Like anything else in life, the goal is to be in harmony and have balance with the ego and our higher self. The ego is trying to protect us. How we think, speak, and act actually creates our reality. So if you can imagine, our society, our external world, has to do with a lot of how we think and how we try to measure our success and how we try to show up in our world, right? A lot of times in society, the natural thing is to go to college right after high school. And if you're someone who didn't go to college right after high school, you can kind of probably feel like you don't fit in with a lot of people. And it's the same thing when you're single, right? If everyone around you is already married with kids, it's like that stigma, right? Like, oh, what's wrong with you? You're the single person. Like, you don't fit in with the natural flow of society. So we're taught to be put in these boxes and put in these specific systems that aren't actually authentic or true for everyone. Everyone is so uniquely different, which is so beautiful. We all don't actually fit into a box. And so that's why some of us aren't happy just going with the flow or fitting into the societal expectations and being put in these boxes. So therefore, we're left determining our self-worth based on if we fit in these boxes, if we went to college, if we got married, if we have kids. Even being divorced has a stigma around it as well. So we tend to measure our self-worth with our external environment. We look for validation of who we are and how successful we are based on the outside validation that we receive, based on what our peers and and people in our environments are doing. And this is exactly what caused me to end up being in the wrong relationship, getting married when I wasn't ready to. And this is also what's caused me to be in a lot of failed relationships with unemotionally available men. I was trying to fit the mold, trying to fit the box, trying to pick the perfect guy. I was so worried about not fitting in the mold and not measuring up to my friends and family that I didn't honor myself. I didn't trust what I wanted because it was so different than what everyone else was doing around me. and I was afraid to be judged. But what I had to do was I had to learn to detach from all this conditioning, all this old conditioning from my past and my upbringing and to what society and the pressure of society. I had to just detach from all of it and tap into who I really was. So this is step number 2. Get ready to write it down. Step number 2 is to let go. You have to learn to let go of everything from your past conditioning, and you have to let go of what others may think of you and to let go of trying to fit in a box that society has created for us. And you have to learn to tap into who you truly are. Since we were 15, we were in pursuit of this knight in shining armor to come rescue us. We watched all the Disney movies where the prince comes and saves the princess. So our whole conditioning was around falling in love and going to college and doing things at a specific time in a specific order. And if we did all of these things, we'd be so happy and we would live happily ever after. And as you're listening to that now, you're going, yeah, not true. And we learned to give our power away and put our self-worth in the hands of others. And this dictated everything we did. In middle school and high school and even college, we did everything we could to survive and to fit in. As long as you fit in, you could totally survive, right? And when you're trying to fit in, oftentimes it actually means you're not really doing what you want to do. You're not doing what's authentic for who you truly are. And guess what? We're still doing this today. We're still putting our self-worth in the hands of others. We still care about what other people think of us. We still think we have to fit this mold. We still think finding the true partner is going to provide us that happiness that we're looking for in life. And so we latch on to these guys who we think check all the boxes on our list, and to find out they're still not what we thought. We're still feeling lonely, we're still feeling empty, and we're still not finding the right partner. And we wonder why we're not happy, and we wonder why we're not fulfilled in life, and why we're not where we thought we would be at this point in time. Because we're not doing what's authentic for us. We're doing what others expect for us. We're doing what we're told by society. We're trying to fit in. We're afraid of being judged if we take a different path. We're afraid of being abandoned. We're afraid of messing up. We're afraid of the failure if we take our own path versus the path of what others expect for us. We feel stuck, we feel empty, we feel confused, and we daydream about what it is we would really do if we knew that nobody would judge us. And not knowing that this daydream is actually what we truly want in life. It's actually our higher selves trying to guide us and tell us what to do and where to go. But we're too afraid to listen to it. We're too afraid to follow it because that inner critic, the left side of our brain, wants the physical proof. It wants the evidence that this is going to be right. And it also tells us we're going to be judged or that we're going to fail or it's not going to work out. So we stay stuck. We don't trust our hearts. We don't trust our higher self. We stay stuck. So why is it so hard to honor ourselves? Why is it so hard to listen to our hearts or that higher voice inside of us? We can blame our parents if we want to, and sure, that's part of it, but actually, right now, in this present moment in life, you are actually the only person responsible for your happiness. Only you can make the changes you need to make in your life. It's up to you now. You can't blame your past anymore. The past is in the past. All that matters is right here and right now and what you can do with that. But what is it that we really want out of life? Is it the perfect partner? Is it to find our passion and purpose in life? It's all of it, isn't it? We want to feel loved and accepted. We want to feel whole and complete. We want to feel content and satisfied. When we feel loved and accepted, we feel like there's nothing we can't do. We're so excited about life, we're so energized, and we're so happy. And from a young age, we were taught to look externally for this love and acceptance, to feel whole and complete. We were taught that someone else gives that to us. So we're always constantly looking externally for this. So until you become conscious of who you are and what it is that you want, and to learn and to love and accept yourself, you will always be searching outside. You will always be on the hunt for your prince and to find that validation, that external validation and proof, instead of learning to love and accept yourself. So what does all this have to do with you finding your true love and your prince? It actually has to do with all of it. Learning to have confidence in yourself, learning to honor yourself, learning to love and accept yourself is the fastest way to finding true love and your passion and purpose in your life. So where is your true love? Where is your prince? What is he doing? He's actually out there chasing the other women. Why is he not chasing you though? What is it that these other women have that you don't? These other women are your girl crushes. A girl crush, feelings of admiration and adoration, which a girl has for another girl without romantic feelings. My girl crush is Kate Middleton. I love her. She's so calm and graceful, beautiful, stylish, and intelligent. She has a warm heart. And guess what? Your prince is chasing the women you have girl crushes on. You know, the beautiful woman that is glowing and has the perfect job and the perfect life, who looks perfect, perfect skin, perfect hair, perfect shoes, perfect everything, perfect smile. She's naturally happy and has so much light and energy. You just want to be around her because she's so magical. Your girl crush is grounded. She knows exactly who she is. She is confident, she is happy, she's fun. She does exactly what she wants regardless of what others think of her. She takes care of her mind, her body, and her spirit. And she's glowing because of it. She has healthy confidence, she has wealth, success, she's flowing in life, and she has true love.
The women you have girl crushes on are actually reflections of you as your higher self. That's why you like these women so much, because they represent that side of you that you are working on embodying as you learn to love and accept yourself.
The only thing that's separating you from these girl crushes, these women that you have girl crushes on, is that these women, they live life from their higher self. They don't live life from their inner critic. And it's a mindset. They have a special mindset of loving and accepting themselves unconditionally, regardless of what others think of them. And they've made the necessary changes in their lives so that they live from this space every day and they don't let the inner critic boss them around. To stop living your life from your inner critic, you have to learn to change the way you see and think of yourself. You have to learn to let go of any beliefs that the inner critic is creating about you and your life and where you are at. You have to learn to love and honor and accept yourself. You have to take care of your mind, body, and spirit. You have to believe that you can and you will find true love and your passion and your purpose, and that you deserve this. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to find the man of your dreams. You don't have to be stuck believing and living your life from your inner critic. When you align with who you truly are and love and accept yourself unconditionally, you start to glow like these women that you see. You become magnetic. The women that you see that are glowing, they're so magnetic you can't take your eyes off of them. Their energy, the way that they flow, and that is why the men are chasing them, because they are in alignment with who they are. They love, honor, and respect themselves unconditionally. And so that's step 3, to love and honor yourself. And once you do, you begin to glow. When you glow, you are irresistible because you are happy in your own skin. You are grounded, you know who you are, you know what you want. You don't second guess yourself, and you don't think negative thoughts about yourself. You know that you are unlimited and can do and have whatever it is you want because you deserve it. Now that is sexy, and that is what your prince is looking for. He wants a woman who is grounded, has healthy confidence, who is laughing, who is fun, who is playful and enjoying life. A woman who is confident and knows who she is and is sure of herself and knows what she wants and loves and accepts herself and respects herself. So 3 steps to glow, it's taken me a while to develop this process, but it won't be the same for you. And that's why I'm so excited to share this process that I created to help you get in alignment with yourself so that your partner can find you. And you can find true love, tap into your purpose, and live the life that you deserve to have. You don't have to feel lonely and sad anymore. You don't have to be the third wheel at weddings anymore. You don't have to worry about when you're gonna have kids or when you're gonna meet your next partner. You don't have to worry about any of it. It's all over. It's all over. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to use the dating sites. You don't have to go on these blind dates. You don't have to sit here and be sad on a Friday night. It's all done. You can let all of that go. But this is going to require you to show up for yourself and be consistent. Scientists suggest that it takes 21 days for yourself to break a habit, and it takes another 21 days to learn a new habit, and then another 21 days to actually fully be living in the new habit. So you have to give yourself some time and space and have patience and consistency to making the changes that you need to make so that you are no longer stuck in fear, worry, and doubt about finding true love and happiness in your life. So how do you get started? You're in luck because I'm here for you. I made this video especially for you. I wrote out all the content, I organized out all the thoughts and processes and methods, and I've been using it with my clients and myself and have so many success stories. And I want to share this with you because you deserve to be happy and thriving in your life. You don't need to sit at home on Friday nights anymore feeling sad and anxious. You're ready to move forward. You're ready to find your partner. So let me help you with this. I'm offering a 45-minute free discovery call. On the call, we'll talk about what's going on. We'll talk about what your inner critic might be telling you. We'll talk about what conditions you've been following, and we'll talk about what it is you truly want to create in your life, and we'll start creating an action plan for you to start moving forward. So if you're going to do one thing for yourself this year, honor yourself and choose to make the steps and changes necessary to get you moving forward, to get you glowing in your life. And so as Carrie said in the video at the very beginning, she asked Charlotte, did you ever think it's us that's supposed to save ourselves? And she's exactly right. Be the one that saves yourself. Don't wait for some guy to show up and save you. You don't need that. All you need to know is learn how to love and accept yourself and tap into your greatness. And you will find your love, you will find your passion and purpose. You can save yourself. You don't have to stay in this space any longer. So I hope you enjoyed 3 Steps to Glow. I can't wait to dive in further with you. I can't wait to meet you and share more tips that are even going to help you expand your mind and your daily practice and what it is you're trying to create in your life. Know that you are truly unlimited and you deserve to be happy and thriving and have whatever it is you want in your life. And I'm gonna help you do it. So let's do this call. I can't wait to meet you. Go ahead and click the link and book your time with me today. I'm on standby, I'm waiting for you, I'm here for you. Thank you so much for your time. I'm sending you so much love and light.